Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So I want to go over more Philadelphia Eagles news, the final 53 that we already went through, but I want to go over some of what was said in the press conferences a little bit, kind of take some news and some things that might make sense for the Eagles. The Eagles making more moves could happen. I see something else happening. I don't think the Eagles are even close to done yet. So let's get straight into the news.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So the Philadelphia Eagles, and obviously after a couple days of pure excitement because we were kind of excited about who was going to get cut off this team. Love the final 53-man roster. Initially, what we have right now, that could change a little bit. Who knows at this point? But obviously, you know, getting the big move at safety with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, which was just huge. It was a fleece move, again, towards the Saints. I couldn't be any happier about it. But I want to look into other positions. And I think the running back position is really an eye-opener right now. And I think we kind of been looking at this for a while and kind of been waiting to see, you know, the Eagles have been reaching out to multiple teams or maybe some of the agents for some of the free agents that are still out there. I think one name is on the list, and Matt Lombardo did talk about this the other day, is Sony Michel. Okay, that was cut from the Dolphins. I think would be a nice fit because you're not really putting too much on his plate being the number 4 running back, a nice short yardage back. He scored on us. He plays tough. He's physical. And I don't see why not. I mean, look, Eagles could pick their poison right now to see what they could do, and I think Sony Michel would be a really good fit. Is there better options out there? Yeah, maybe there is. If you want to trade for Kareem Hunt or, you know, Kenyon Drake, I heard he was visiting, I think, Baltimore already, so I don't know if he signed yet. I don't think he did. But definitely more out there. And another running back I'm definitely going to talk about, as much as I would like Sony Michel, is Marlon Mack. Okay, now Marlon Mack obviously has connections with Nick Sirianni and the Indianapolis Colts when he was, you know, the offensive coordinator. So you always want to see, you know, this used to be the face of the backfield for the Colts until Jonathan Taylor got in there and did his thing. So the only thing with Marlon Mack is a big problem right now is his injury history. I even looked it up, and it's pretty bad. I think last year was the only year he was not hurt. I don't see anything for last year. 2020, he had the Achilles, and then he's been hurt almost every year, pretty much. Health is going to be a main concern, but if he could stay healthy, and, you know, I mean, behind this offensive line, I don't see why he wouldn't do bad. I think he'd be very productive. I don't see why not. This would be a very low risk, high reward, you know, very cheap move. Just like kind of getting Zach Pascal, that used to play for Nick when he was the offensive coordinator for the Colts as well. Only $1.1 million for the year. So Marlon Mack, I don't see why this would be a bad move. You know, Nick knows how to use him most likely. So I don't see why this would be horrible. So I would definitely watch out for this. But like I said, the injury history, I mean, I went as far as 2018. I didn't even go further than that down the road in the past. But it is definitely interesting, though, to see where they're going with it. And then lastly, Howie Roseman had some things to say in this press conference. One, honestly, when you make the trade, okay, for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, okay, now before that move even happened, they released Anthony Harrison. I think everybody knew that something was happening. You don't release your starting safety for no reason. And I think when they signed Anthony Harrison, look, I've never really been a big fan of Anthony Harrison. I think when he first got to the team, I was hyped because he was coming off that, I think, 2 seasons before he signed with us, he was coming off that $11 million franchise tag, and he led the whole league in picks, interceptions, and he really hasn't panned out as much, and really not the skill set that I want. Love Marcus Epps. I think he's solid, but Howie Roseman did mention at the press conference that there could be a chance that Anthony Harris might sign back, which is very interesting. And look, I would have loved to have Anthony Harris back there with Reed Blankenship, and you call it a day, because I do not like Kevon Wallace being as our depth. I do not. Even if you get, you know, even as of right now, when you make the trade for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, okay, it's not enough for me to say that the depth is good, because I think your starters are fantastic. But bringing Anthony Harris back as a backup, if he agrees to that, I think is going to be really good. As much as I don't like Anthony Harris that much, and I think mostly he was our first signing of the offseason, I think. I think they really only signed him because he just knows the defense. Obviously, Jonathan Gannon, you know, and him used to be together in Minnesota, because Gannon was a defensive assistant in Minnesota, so they know each other very well. And that's really it. I mean, I don't think I think he was the healthy part of our season last year because they weren't signing Roddy McLeod back because it seems like he's just getting injured and injured and injured. And he's getting a lot older too. But obviously, Anthony Harris, I don't know if he's 30 or whatnot. I don't even know his age. But bringing him back would be perfect depth, but they would have to cut somebody. I don't think you're keeping that many safeties. I think what you keep 4 right now as of right now. I'm not sure. But if you get rid of Kevon Wallace, and I really would just put Kevon on the practice squad or even just cut him in general because I don't think he brings nothing to the table, nothing for special teams, and nothing playing as safety. Been a big poser, in my opinion. All talk, no play, runs his mouth way too much. He never backs what he says up, and that's just a big problem with that. So Anthony Harris coming back is definitely a big, that's what Howie Roseman did say. He could be coming back to the Eagles. I don't know if he's going to explore his options first, but I think Anthony Harris coming back would be great depth, great veteran depth, and you can rely on him to play for a game. God forbid somebody gets hurt. So I think he would be totally fine. So we'll see what happens when the time comes. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about what running back you would target, whether it's trade, whether it's free agency, whoever's available. You guys let me know in the comment section below. And obviously, would you cut Kevon Wallace and let Anthony Harris come back as a veteran backup for this team? I think it'd be the best move they make, to be honest with you, because I do not trust Kevon back there. It's just the way it is. And obviously, the running back position right now, you really just have Boston Scott and Gainwell because Miles Sanders still out with this hamstring injury. I don't know. It is what it is. My mic just flew out of my hand. I don't know how long he's gonna be injured for. And it makes me nervous of how Miles is going to even try to stay healthy. I don't trust it. I don't. I feel like we have to prepare ourselves too, because I don't think Miles Sanders is gonna be here after this year. Even if he has a good year, I think he's gone. If he has a bad year, I don't think the Eagles take him back. What's the point? If he's just not gonna be on the field and not gonna produce for us, what's gonna be the point? So we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.